Okay, so if you were disturbed at all yesterday by the video that I posted, I apologize. I did not mean to shake things up that much. But I'll tell you what, sometimes you just get down as a mom, and that's just the way it goes. So feel free to watch that video so you can be caught up to speed. If you're not caught up to speed, don't worry. I've got plenty of speed coming on today. So I'm going to give you a run through of some things that I've been thinking about and get those in on this video. I'm going to hyper speed it and just let you see kind of how things run when I'm going to knock things out and get them done. As well as I've got some surprises for you, some extra videos for you today so that you can see what kind of thought processes go on in my head so I can knock things out like the chores. I tried not to get discouraged. I tried to stay focused on the positive, and I think I did a really good job. What do you think? I mean, the end result is what really matters, right? So that's what I'm talking about. And you can see clearly now the mess behind me is cleaned up. Do you want to know how I did it? I'll tell you. Just watch the rest of the video and you'll know. Okay. Haley, come through the bar, Rushford, come through the table. Great and Ricky, get recycling off the floor in the kitchen. Hurry.
Like I said, the kids will do their chores. They have chores. They have chores they're supposed to do every day. That's the way it runs in this house. This house runs so much smoother when we all have chores. The problem is that if I don't enforce the chores, they don't get done. But if I follow them around and make sure they do their chores, then they do get done. Or if I put a time limit on it, or I put restrictions on it if the chores aren't done by a certain period of time. But the problem is that last night I ended up crashing before the kids finished their chores, and that's just the way it goes. I mean, we have an extra large family. That means extra large disaster, right? I thought things were pretty much in order other than the dishes needed to be done, but it was a lot worse than I anticipated. I hadn't looked at it real in detail. I've been running a lot of errands, taking care of a lot of this, that, and the other that I go into later in different videos this coming up later today. But for now, we're just focusing on the kitchen. That's the best place to start. I mean, as long as I'm there making sure it happens, then the chores will get finished. And as long as I'm hanging around, you know, kids just work better when their mom's around. That's just how most things happen. As long as the boss is around, the things are going to get in order. But sometimes I'm just not up for it, and that's my bad. But I'll tell you what, negativity and criticism is never going to work because I do enough of that on myself. I don't need anybody else criticizing me or judging me, but that's what happens when you're on YouTube. If you have a channel and you're trying to share messages with people, then you're open for criticism, and that's okay. I can handle it. I'm a big girl, and I don't need to be bogged down by the negativity, but I'll just tell you what. I guess what I'm really looking for is cheerleaders. Those people that come in my life and say, go, 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 you can do it, Michelle. You've got this. It's okay that you've been doing it already for almost 30 years. Don't give up. Who cares about the chores that you were doing when you were growing up? Use those as good examples. You always felt good back then when you had a job well done. Why not apply that today? And that's what I have to focus on, and that's what I have to do continually, is instead of beating myself up, thinking of positive messages that I can do that will keep me chomping at the bit. I mean, go, go, go me, right? Getting this kitchen worked up in a hurry already. I mean, I just stick my apron on and there I go. Got the table already, the bar already cleared, got the table cleared, thanks to the kids and their little helper chores. And then I just come in behind at the rear and I wipe things down. So cute. My son Rain, I don't know if you saw him with the broom handle there, but he decided he wanted to help sweep a little, and it was so cute. And then we have other kids that helped with that later too, but you know, everybody just does their share and they do their part, and then it just looks better and everything goes better. But I call this the mom zone, and the mom has to make it happen. This is the one area of the house that has to be done 2-3 times a day, or it is utter disaster. And that's what you saw today, was a disaster. So that's where it all came from. That's where it all started, and that's what I'm dealing with. So like it or leave it, this is my life, and I have chosen to stick with it and keep going. And that's what my message was really about yesterday, was about how you need to not let the light at the end of the tunnel be a train. Don't give up, just keep going. And that's when you know you've done it right. You just don't give up. And I have my kids come in one at a time. You see right here's my daughter Sunshine. We catch up real quick before she's got to go back home. And I just do that all day long while I'm doing dishes. Of course, it only took me about an hour total to get all this mess taken care of and get everything back together. But hey, That's how it was. And I was able to talk to almost all of my children during this mess and be able to catch up with each of them this morning. It was really nice to be able to talk to them one by one. They all had plenty to say, and it was a lot of fun. So regardless of what other people think, it's my firm belief that if my adult children are willing to come home and talk to me and hang out with me, they call me, they text me, they visit me, they have things to say to me, and I check on them, they check on me, I think we're doing pretty good. For me to have all the adult children that I have that have left the house, I think it's 7 of them now. Well, at least 7 of them are adults. I think, let's see, there's Tuesday that's left the house, Ironwood that's left the house, Borden that's left the house, River that's left, actually River's still at home, Sunshine's left the house, and Night is still at home. So 4 of them have left the house, and 2 of them are still here. But, that's not too shabby, right? We're getting it figured out. But those kids, they love to talk to me, and it's just, there's only so much of me to go around. So whatever, if I have bad days and I can't talk to them, all that stuff that was said negatively, you just have to realize it was taken out of context. A lot of things were hodgepodge, pitch-patched, and the negative was focused on, not the positive. And I choose to focus on the positive. And just today, with all the work that needed to be done and all the chores that I needed to take care of, I just knew that it was a job that Mama had to do. And so after focusing yesterday on the situation and showing you all of the ugly, I figured the next few days I'll just show you the positive and how it all comes back together. But it's not an overnight success. I mean, obviously my kitchen wasn't that bad if I'm able to get it tackled out in 1 hour, right? It's not like it was horrible. I don't have a lot of things that don't belong in the kitchen, and that really helps, having my kitchen simplified. It's easy to streamline and clean this place up in a hurry. I just start by clearing surfaces. We cleared the table and the bar and the counters and kind of just situated all these dishes in different piles. It was a lot overwhelming with the heaps and mounds that I had, but I decided just to take it a section at a time and stack like things together. It made about 5 or 6 piles, and that makes it so I can actually tackle this mess, because once I've stacked it, sorted it, and piled it, I can see that it's not near as bad as I was thinking. And then I can get my counter washed and get my dish towels laid off to the side. I can lay them back down. I can wash out the sink, start with a fresh batch of hot soapy water, and then get the dishes going that I really want to get started. With that, it's just not near as bad as you would think. And as long as I just keep going and I just do 15 minutes of dishes and then take a break of 15 minutes, do another 15 minutes of dishes, take a break, and so on until all the dishes are done, then the kitchen will get finished. And I am estimated about an hour, and I think it took a little less than an hour. You'll see I made a few other videos that go along with this video of in between, when I don't actually show that I'm washing the dishes, where I will talk to you about what's going on in my mind as I wash these dishes. So that should be a lot of fun today. I hope that you find this video helpful. I hope that if your kitchen is a mess, a disaster, or any part of your house is a disaster or a mess, that you just pick up videos like this and you just listen to them while you work. That's one of the best things that I can encourage you to do, is listen to music, to listen to a video, a YouTube video, watch a television program, have a book on in your ear, listen to an iPod, just something that helps take your mind off the task at hand so that you don't have to focus 100% attention on it. And then that way you don't get built up with anxiety or stress. Because I'll tell you what, even though I was frustrated with the work that needed to be done, I never got anxiety from it, because I knew I could tackle this mess in a hurry. And I knew it wouldn't take as much time as I was blowing it up in my head to take. And that's just the way it goes. Sometimes we just make mountains out of molehills, and really it's just a lot easier to tackle than that. So just a little bit at a time, I was able to get this kitchen done, and that's just the truth of the matter. So don't you fret if your kitchen is a mess. Seriously, if anything in your house is a mess, just come up with a plan. And what I usually like to do is think about it the night before, the thing that's bugging me the most. And if it's overwhelming and it's the whole entire house that's a mess, then I just think about the fact that it's a mess and I'm going to figure it out. And then early this morning, I was able to lock in my head that the kitchen was most important today and that I was going to get the kitchen done. As long as I kept at it, it was going to happen. And just do a little at a time, 15 minutes at a time, and don't get too worked up over it. I often will light a candle. I didn't today, but I will tomorrow, because tomorrow we'll get the downstairs in order, in a better order than it was. And then we'll get the upstairs in order. And then somehow I'll get my upstairs completely finished this week. And that's the part that matters most, is just that dedication and determination that I have inside of me that helps me finish and complete tasks from start to finish in a way that is pleasing to me and pleasing to my Maker. Because I obviously couldn't do any of this without my Lord and my God, and a prayer in my heart and in my mind at all times. So that's just the way it goes. Keep working, keep swimming. We can do this, mommies. We can do this. Be a cheerleader for each other, support each other, and it will be so much better. Just like anything that we do in life. We all can use a pick-me-up. We can all use some cheering on, and that's just the truth. With that, what you're going to see the rest of the day is the other 3 videos that I have. I've got, the disaster to hope. I've got mindset resetting, trials and errors. I've got just keep swimming, blessing this mess, and of course a Millie update. And I want to be able to share all of those things with you today. So don't think that I'm discouraged. I'm encouraged. Don't think that I'm sad. I'm glad. I feel like this family is a blessing to me. It's my greatest blessing. It's just important that I am able to work things out with my kids, and I'm able to work things through in my head, that I'm able to get over the issues and problems that I've had my entire life, that I'm not willing to let things bog me down and shut me down. It's good that I'm willing to reach out and to be able to try to help and encourage other moms, because it takes a lot to keep going for the amount of time that I've been going, as many mothers have discovered on their own. But somehow, some way, we're able to do it, and we're able to keep going even though the things are mundane and insane sometimes. Who cares if you have to do progress, and very little perfection, or very little progress? Who knows? Each of us have our own journeys. Each of us have our own cross to bear. Each of us have our own things that we need to do. And we each have our own challenges, our own struggles. It's how we face those struggles and challenges that matters most, right? After all, that's what I'm on here for. I never said that I was going to have a perfect situation. I never said that even after all the help I've got, it was going to be in the position that I wanted it to be. What I say is just that I am not willing to give up. I am willing to continue to try, and I am willing to give it all I've got. Just not every single day, all day long, because I can't keep up with, I'm talking about the chores, of course. Of course I'm going to give it all I've got with my baby and my children. I just can't give the kitchen all I've got every day. Or if I am giving it all I've got, sometimes it's not enough. And that just has to be okay. I do the best I can every day. That's all I can do. That's all any of us can do. That is just the fact of the matter. So like it or leave it, I guess. And believe it or not, with that, we're just about done. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I love reading all of your comments. Thank you so much for having things to say. I really appreciate it. It's just been so fun getting to talk to everyone and getting to know everybody. Thanks for all the new subscribers. If you enjoy this kind of thing, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Just click that, give it a like, and you can subscribe. You can share this video. You can laugh at this video. You can just hope that your life is way better. You can be grateful that you haven't taken on the challenges I have. But I'm telling you, all in all, I feel so very blessed and so very thankful for the life that I get to live. I have no regrets, other than I wish that I just had figured things out earlier, but all in its own time.